you know, if that nail tech agikataa, maybe I lose clientele. Maybe I know for sure he gain more money.
Okay, but for a short period of time, wouldn't you think? Because okay, say for example, una deal na high end individuals kama wao. Sindio? And in this case you always know someone is somewhere is flipping the bill. Sindio? Hata kama zina come through him fuko, but someone else is need the bill. But now say like apart from huyo kuna wengine walikuwa na drop you hapo. In fact hata wewe Lucheli ni best huyo nail tech, kuna wewe ni aje fiti, umake sure umeangalia mama vizuri leo, you know. And then now this thing comes to light, imepiga news kila place, kwa simu, kwa TV yako. And then you are like ile statement ilikuwa anamwambia make sure umeangalia mama vizuri, ali take literally ama so now you're like there are a bunch of men somewhere taking hot cups of uji power with so much pain and sorrow in their hearts.
That's umecheki like there also a lot of clips zimeanza ku come out even when they were doing their own podcast. Anamuuliza, the guy was asking him na nini niambie kweli, nini like uliona kwangu ukanipenda, like nini uliona kwangu kona I'm the one. And then the lady says sijui kaushamba fulani nini.
What is the first impression you had? What was the first impression you had of me?
Niambie pole kwanza, huwezi niambia hivyo.
Naomba msamaha.
The first impression yeah.
Of me. Na usidanganya. And I'll tell you about you. I'll tell you about Abel. Nitaambia kila mtu.
I don't tell about Abel.
Okay.
The first impression I had of you was kamshamba tu kanikurio ntito. And you call it to my words. So when I saw you, ulikuwa unavanga sweta.
Kwani washamba uvaa sweta?
Asivenye ulikuwa unakaa. Sijasema washamba.
Okay.
I'm talking about you. Okay. Do not misquote me. Hapa umeniuliza about
washamba mnasikia?
Wewe umeniuliza umeniuliza about washamba, umeniuliza about wewe.
Anapenda tusweta. Anyway, continue.
Timosi ni.
Na tusweta wangu tunamsaidianga anashinda akikavuruta hivi. Anyway, tuendelee.
Tafadhali, I'm talking about you. Swali ilikuwa nini? Hebu rudia swali.
Swali ilikuwa first impression, ukasema uliniona na kama mshamba juu ya sweta.
Yes, wewe.
Washamba.
Stuff hapo. Kumbe you know inaweza kuwa ni podcast na kumbe this watu wanasema the lady was serious.
Okay.
And of which it also brings us to this other guy anakonga controversial Kife. You know I think pia ame receive a bit of backlash, na mimi pia kuna venye kiasi iko ni bambo kuona venye sometimes wasi wana downplay in the sense of kama alisema itawai happen, ime happen. If it may happen manze jo, aina jo na downplay mse. Kuna watu like wame ride na hii story na ati ai mbona sasa hivi namuita prophet. I'm not also his fan, but if it has happened, you know, sometimes you have to deal with facts. Kama alisema ili happen, we move forward.
Yeah, for me I think that people forget that he's a guy who has lived a life and experiences.
So man a bad man. So do you agree that women were sent to punish weak men?
Yeah.
Based na story may happen this week.
See hata hivyo peke yake. Like generally I don't think personally from vile nimekuwa nikianalyze vitu since nianze kukam kwa ipoda. Nimekuwa nikianalyze vitu from very different angles, because you know when we give an opinion we also have to not lean to one side sana. We have to look at kila side possibilities za any outcome depending hata si gender peke. But I also don't think women were created to coexist with freedom. That is something I have come to realize. Because the more freedom they have, they seem to kill themselves ama kujichoka yetu waje kujichoka na
Yeah.
Wanaanza monkey business now.
But anyways, welcome back guys to Wakilisha. So hiyo story ndio imekuwa trend this week. So kuna huyu nail tech fulani. Ana take
the guy who has magical fingers.
Yeah. Ana take other guys women. Unajua kazi yake ilikuwa ni kunail tech, but sasa ana take other guys.
No, he's just a tech, you know, to specify career yake.
Yeah.
He's a tech of what we call jack of many trades. And I think he's a master of some. Wanasema jack of all trade, master of none, but he has categorically mastered something. But then now this also brings out the question of like what, okay, unajua vile tunaulizanga sometimes what do women really need, but now also sasa nataka niulize in reverse, what do men really need? Because someone alikuwa anapeana example somewhere, anaulizwa na msee, what do you do for a living? Akasema ama, for context, let me say this guy doesn't pay rent. The guy who was being asked this question, he lives in his family home. So he was asked, what do you do? Akasema I'm a fisherman. So anaulizwa, how much, like what amount of fish do you catch in a day? Anasema 1, in a good day 2 or 3. Anaulizwa, then what do you do with this fish? Anaambiwa, anasema no, I go and prepare it for my family in the house. So the guy who was telling, who was asking this story, akamwambia, but if you are to incorporate modern methods of fishing, then maybe you'd catch at least 10. So vile mimi nataka nikuambie sasa, wewe utajibu seme for and then. So the only thing you need to ask is and then. So akamwambia, you'll only catch 10. Guy, you know this?
Yeah, I know the script, yeah.
So for the context ya wenye waelewi, it got to a point akamwambia and then. So alimuuliza and then so many times. And sasa mara
mwisho, so you can catch many fish
and then you go sell them in the market.
And then
alafu anamwambia then you'll get money and then you can go home and rest. Akamuuliza, why do I need to do all that and I'm doing that right now? No. So that story came out to the possibility of what you think you need is not always what everyone else needs.
Yeah.
And what gives you comfort is not always what gives everyone else comfort. But in this case, manze, tumeona wanaume wengi sana wanaoshwa in the same manner. Wanaoshwa like the script ni kama hata mwenye aliandika hajaichange. It's just different characters coming into the plot. Mtu anacheza part yake anaondoka, but the results zinaenda kuwa the same. So kwa swali yangu ni, what do really men want? Kwa sababu najaribu ku get my head around what happened. I still until saizi bado sipati picha.
But me, what I understand with men are very simple creatures.
That is true.
Men, what they only want is honor, like honor from their wife. I think when a woman honors his man, like a man anakagani kama anamserve in a way. Just honor your man, understand? Honor in the aspect of imanishi you worship your man. Honor in the sense that una appreciate whatever efforts ana make for the family. Understand? Yeah. So whatever level you are, if your man can be able to pay a rent, maybe kama hata ni ya 1 bedroom, kama mko 1 bedroom, kama ni 2 bedroom, for you as a woman, the more unakuanga ile more appreciative to your man. I am thankful that una make easy efforts and we have a roof for our heads. You make sure that tuko provided for in terms of food and these other bills like school fees, na bills zingine ziko catered for, electricity, water, vitu za kawaida, understand? So men, when they feel like wako appreciated in that way, they tend to do more, like because naturally I think men wako built kukweli like providers and protectors. So like you kind of feel less wherever you can't protect and provide for your family. And
But it's not.
we don't need a lot. Niona, I'll throw that in loyalty as much as inajua our other gender wanaweza kata hapo story ya loyalty, but wacha niseme tu honor. I'll stick with honor.
So nikuulize, do you think that more men or more women in terms, who do you think lack satisfaction most in life?
Hiyo na siwezi udanga. Ayo madem. Women, they can ask you for, a woman can ask you for something, you do that one, they keep on changing the goalpost. The next one, the next one, the next one.
So we unaona like, is it in their nature, ama is it like we have been overwhelmed with so much information that now this information turned to be a weapon against ourselves
I'll put
as
it
a society?
Yeah, I'll put it on the information because information in the aspect of with the social media world, like many people now are used to compare what's working in other relationship to try and bring it to their relationship. So I think too much information brings to comparison. So we tend to do like una compare life yako na mse mwingine, yet even the other person, they're doing life for the first time. So you just stick to your own lane, run your own race, and live your life. Inaweza kuwa, for example, you NJ, ukipewa Brabus, you can live a very good life.
Yeah.
But for me, nikipewa Brabus, this can be a cause of my death.
Yeah.
Because of overdriving and overspeeding. You, hauna hizo mashindano ya mbio, like, you can take your wife for a ride, pole pole, bora ufike. Mimi naye nikipewa, niko na kierere ingine manzia joko barabara.
Yani, what is good for me is not always what is good for you.
Yeah.
Very true. But I also wanted to, like, hii wiki nimekuwa ni research on very different things, but basically zilikuwa based on the society and like the community aspect. Unaona vile tulikuwa tuna grow as a community, like for me nikigrow, tulikuwa tuna grow vile ati baba fulani, tuseme for example baba K. Let's give this individual K. Baba K, like alikuwa kama ni off day yake, badala ya kuchukua K wake ampeleke out, ambaye nini, alikuwa achukua watu mabeste wa K wote, ama hiyo day ametoka nje amepata nyinyi mko hapo hivyo mna hang na kwa mafani twendeni hivi nyinyi wote, unaona. Sasa unapata kona rende ya mtu ikaa mbao, ameenda na wao, tunabaiwa masamosa, tunabaiwa mandazi manini. So unaona, and then kuna ile aspect ya caring, like wewe ulipata nini shule, unaendeleaje, you know, like it's a one dad in 20 kids. Si kusema ati hawana dads wao, but unaona kuna ile aspect ya it's not a one person job, it's like a whole community. Unaona hata ukitoka hapo unakanga ukijua baba K hata kama aniongelesha kila siku, but ni kama ananiobservinge vile mimi udo. Unaona, so hadi ukiwa kona mbaya ukipiga hivi turn upate baba K anapiga kona mahali ushatoka mbio juu unajua yule ni kabu dako. Anampeleka out ni kuuliza, ukikosea na kuona na kupeleka kwa mzazi wako, si ndio? So that caused me to like want to take a small survey. Na hii survey nitachukua na wewe na bwana director Joey leo pia ameamua kwenda missing. So nikuulize, when you think of a successful marriage, who is the person that comes to mind for you? I'm a successful couple. Tuachane na mambo statement ya marriage, like couple. When you think of a successful couple, mtu mwenye unaweza ego unasema, you know, in my relationship, when I have a family, I would like for mine to be as longevity yake ikuwe ni kama ya that couple.
Yeah, for me, I always reflect back to my own parents. They are like my role model of a couple, because you know these are people I've lived with the longest. So I've seen them through the highs and the lows. So most of the things that I'll do in my marriage, it has to be based from what I saw during that time. Mistakes zao like nitarectify aje kwa marriage yangu, nisi go through the same. I'd be a better man.
Aye, bwana director. Same question. Same answer. You know why I asked? Because someone did the same research and akauliza wase the same question. But none of those people ever talked of their parents' marriages ama their grandparents' marriages. And whereas these marriages lasted for over 40, 50, 60 years, sometimes even to death. Unaona? So then, now that brought me to the fact that we look to the outside for like ile contentment, and then tunasahau we have the exact role models we need within where we are. So so in that context, sasa ndio story ya mjamaa na mjamaa wa makucha huyu. You know, also that brings out the question of loyalty vile unasema, but loyalty against us as the same gender. Because kabisa wewe unajua hiyo kitu si yako, unajua mwenyewe. It's not si ati ile ya kufichwa, like you already know the person. And then you still take that part and unarun nayo. Like I don't understand. Please just make it make sense for me.
For me, you see, I don't know who to blame. You know, also that nail tech guy is just another man like the other guy.
Yeah.
And when you always say, you know, men are creatures of vision.
Yeah.
Una understand? Understanding that from a clientele position, this lady nika alikuwa saa bosi wa huyu nail tech, because someone that is coming for your services, most of the time you'll find is not the guy who initiates. In our current world, I'm sure wewe pia umekatiwa na madem hapa pale. Siwe kukatia madem.
Okay.
So
hata ukisema hivyo, but the fact that acha tuachane hata na the fact that kitu ilikuwa ya wenyewe. The fact that you are willing to lose money, take money from your pocket. Jio nika kuchukua pesa na kutupa.
Hapana, you know, if that nail tech agikataa, maybe I lose clientele. Maybe I know for sure he gain more money.
Okay, but for a short period of time, wouldn't you think? Because okay, say for example, una deal na high end individuals kama wao. Sindio? And in this case you always know someone is somewhere is flipping the bill. Sindio? Hata kama zina come through hii mfuko, but someone else is need the bill. But now say like apart from huyo, kuna wengine walikuwa na drop you hapo. In fact hata wewe Lucheli ni best huyo nail tech, kuna wewe ni aje fiti, umake sure umeangalia mama vizuri leo, you know. And then now this thing comes to light, imepiga news kila place, kwa simu, kwa TV yako. And then you are like ile statement ilikuwa anamwambia make sure umeangalia mama vizuri, ali take literally ama. So now you're like, there are a bunch of men somewhere taking hot cups of uji power with so much pain and sorrow in their hearts.
That's umecheki like there also some a lot of clips zimeanza ku come out even when they were doing their own podcast. Anamuuliza, the guy was asking him na nini niambie ukweli, nini like uliona kwangu ukanipenda, like nini uliona kwangu kona I'm the one. And then the lady says sijui kaushamba fulani nini.
What is the first impression you had? What was the first impression you had of me?
Niambie pole kwanza, wezi niambie hivyo.
Naomba msamaha.
The first impression
of me. Na usidanganya. And I'll tell you about you. I'll tell you about Abel. Nitaambia kila mtu.
I don't tell about us about Abel.
Okay.
The first impression I had of you was kamshamba tu kangurio ndito. Na ni kweli true to my words. So when I saw you, ulikuwa unavanga sweta.
Kwani washamba uvaa sweta?
Asi venye ulikuwa unakaa. Sijasema washamba.
Okay.
I'm talking about you. Okay. Do not misquote me. Hapa umeniuliza about
washamba mnasikia?
Wewe umeniuliza umeniuliza about washamba, umeniuliza about wewe.
Anapenda tusweta. Anyway, continue.
Timosi ni.
Na tusweta wangu tunamsaidianga anashinda kikavuruta hivi. Anyway, tuendelee.
Tafadhali, I'm talking about you. Swali ilikuwa nini? Hebu rudia swali.
Swali ilikuwa first impression. Ukasema uliniona nakaa mshamba juu ya sweta,
Yes, wewe.
Washamba,
stuff hapo. Kumbe inaweza kuwa ni podcast na kumbe this watu wanasema the lady was serious.
Okay.
And of which it also brings us to this other guy anakonga controversial Kife. I think pia receive a bit of backlash na mi pia kuna venye kiasi iko ni bamba kuona venye sometimes wase wanamdownplay in the sense of kama alisema itawai happen ime happen. If it may happen manze jo aina jo na downplay mse. Kuna watu like wame ride na hii story na ati ai mbona sasa hivi namuita prophet. I'm not also his fan, but if it has happened, sometimes you have to deal with facts. Kama alisema ili happen, we move forward.
For me, I think that people forget that he's a guy who has lived a life and experiences. And he has lived among the elite of our community, Leo. So he knows what he knows. He might not come out and say it to our faces, but I will repeat and say he knows what he knows.
He knows.
And as a man could downplay a man, your fellow man, it's so sema tu tabia za umama tu. No. Regardless of how you feel about the person, give him his flowers. He analyzed the situation because he saw things we were unable to see because we were our sights were clouded by love, ile admiration ya kutaka iwe kama unaona. But also this brings out the question, what is your take on relationship on social media in terms of like you putting your person out there for the rest of the world, in terms that unampost, unamcelebrate, sijui mnapiga romantic picture then they are unazipaste everywhere, or am I involving them in your day-to-day business, I would say, for lack of a better term?
So my answer on this one, no, tulia pale kwa 48 laws of power.
Yeah, this ought to be very
There's
good.
a law which says privacy is power. So at the moment unaanza kupost mtu wako pale IG, just know umepost to other vultures, other men. I think wase like sijui ni kama wana normalize stories za kugongeana na kugongewa. I don't understand why the moment umepost mtu wako, other men find her, actually this is the time that other men find her very attractive.
Because
and vice versa in the aspect of also ladies, when they try to post their guys, other ladies, they find a man very attractive. That's why there's a lot of cases nowadays whereby we have married men who are cheating a lot, and we have unmarried men without women. So the one who are married, they're the ones who are cheating. They have more women than the ones who don't have even wives. So I think I can just answer like that. So like I'm not a fan of posting your other half because just venye Robert Greene alisema pale kwa 48 laws of power, privacy is power. The moment umepost mtu wako, wejua tu like umeinvite other men to the game.
so like, okay, tukisema hivyo, does it mean that you love them less ama you don't appreciate them enough to post them?
No.
Kwa sababu feel like there are women who come out with that argument here, like ati kama unafichwa manze jua kuna kitu yenye like ataki ujue, like they are making it sound like because someone doesn't publish you to the rest of the world, they don't love you as much as the one who publishes his or her relationship to the rest of the world. So ndio. Now also that kuna hiyo point umesema ya kunini ya privacy. Okay, and nimekam kurealize like I don't know, tumeadapt culture ya clout chasing sana as a society. No, because I've even noticed people are like really riding on trauma. Ukiangalia FYP yako there are certain content creators or media personalities, if you follow them, you start seeing the world in quite dark shades due to like msee ana normalize trauma, yani anze kukani kama ni the it thing. No. And then now that also like naanza kuona we are heading to where the US is right now. And I think right now people are calling it sijui civilization ama being woke ama whatever it is that they are calling it. But also wanasahau like umepewa mtihani but ushajua results, utakuwa number last. Ushajua like utafail, utapita number 1, utaanguka number 2, like ushajua uko na exam na uko na results hapa. But people are still trying to make it look like okay, we do not know what is going to happen, so let's just close our eyes and hope for the best. No. So inabaki sasa tuko kwa ile era ya it's either we have people like us who are willing to speak on these issues and either conquer or debunk them. But at the end of the day itabaki tumeacha kufanya vitu the same way expecting different results. Kwa sababu kuna mse alisema if wewe Lucheli ukiweka your significant other on the social media platform, saiju sijui vile anakaa, sijai muona, I have no reason to go after this person. Sindio?
True.
But once I see this person, na kuna pengine vile mi tukiassociate kama best, I wanna feel like Lucheli wanajifeel kiplani. So for me, I'll go to your person as a form of sticking it to you.
Yeah.
No. Ile kufanya ikae ni kama wacha ni muonyeshe si ati ni vile yako special sana. Na kudunga sindano na kuchukua mtu wako. But then again you also forget that the backlash behind that is so much bigger than what you would think. Kwa sababu unaona umse amevunjia wase wa industry kama nail tech, the men in that industry, massage in that industry, nail tattoo technicians, piercing technicians, you know, because now men are going to look at things in a very different and negative light from here. Iko like ati unaenda kwa nani fulani, na si last time yani nilikutengeneza hapana. Kama ni hivyo acha hizo makucha zikae.
Unasema nail tech wamekuwa masharp boys.
Kwa sababu okay, sasa juu amejulikana, let's be very sincere, this guy can't give this chile the kind of lifestyle she was being given by the husband. Sindio?
Yeah, true.
Secondly, aizi kwa baba watoto.
Also true.
Sindio? Because dunia ikayaje.
Because now the level of lifestyle out to washaonyeshwa. You can't compare mshara dunye our guy Njugush anatengeneza and the nail tech.
Sindio? Kutoka hapo you will see like the son and like their firstborn, the son. He has grown up knowing that my dad and my mom are the it couple for me. Now he's waking up to a very different reality. Na sahi hatuwezi assume like place tumefika as a society in terms of technology mtu hii akuwe affected more with this story, whether it is true or not, whether it's alleged or not. This story is going to feel it more than even the parents are going to feel it.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu unajuaje, unakumbuka tukiwa high school stories, hata primo zilikuwa ni stories za mchongo wano. Ati wewe babako akona kichwa kama kona ya njugu. That used to like ilikuwa inakuuma mse.
Ilikuwa na nasa.
Sindio? Ilikuwa inakuuma mbaya sana.
Ukirushiwa hiyo.
Sindio? Babako akona kichwa kama kona ya njugu. And it's not even realistic. Ukiangalia saa hizi, it was not a realistic thing to say. Sindio? But ilikuwa inauma. Now imagine the kind of trauma this toy is passing through saa hizi. Juu like ako zile za pale hivyo, and then there is this guy who has been looking for ways to like traumatize ama bully this kaboy. Ati juu budako ni msee very prominent, ni comedian, and my father is no shit. Kwa sababu pia babake unajua akienda stato amebeba mtoi. Sisi acha mtoi nyuma twende show huku, si ndio? tukienda events sijui ameenda nchi gani, hata Kenya sijui ameenda wapi akona tuiza hapo. So unajua mtu yeye akirudi class anaweza shikika kweli. Unasemaje? Tulienda Washington na baba, tukamit sijui nani. Hadi akona photo saizo anawaonyesha babista yake cheki. Unaona?
Ile tu hata form 2 ya chuo ile design. Unajua babangu ni nani?
See that is thing. Sasa unacheki mtu hii saa hizi place yako anaenda kwa msaba wewe nyamaza wewe kwanza unajua mamako. Hata statement bila kumalizika it's trauma.
Kibari.
Unaona? It's trauma. And then now you also forget the aspect that the internet does not absolutely forget and it doesn't give a fuck.
Let me answer you on on that one about the internet and how you when you reframe the first time hiyo design ya kupost mtu wako kwa mtandao. So inategemea, also there are some guys we can't also blame ladies peke yake ati the ladies who come unajua nje mi love language yangu manze jo lazima unipost watu wanijue. There are also some guys also who are overdo. I know some guys that wanaendanga hiyo extra mile wanapostingi watu wao and yet the ladies they don't post. So of which if you are to ask me manzejo you can borrow from me, niko role model wako, you can take from me. Mimi ule mse mwenyewe niko hata nini love language yangu usipost man.
Like say that
don't post hizi stories as you at is even I love you unachoma man, tongojea sana kwa simu ati na mbona unasema nini? Shamaliza.
Umesema hivyo and then I remember there is this anaitwa nani this guy, what is his name? He's a politician. He's businessman, politician, Jimmy Wanjigi. You remember previously a couple of months ago he had this interview where he said sometimes all women need is reassurance that you love them and you take you like reassurance too. No.
But being posted does not guarantee does not equal to reassurance. But you know you guys when you are quoting each other, it did not happen on social media.
Yeah.
Like mlikuwa mna vibe tu na mtu wako na mwambie unajua mama iko hivi na hivi na hivi. Na yeye anakuambia mzinga pia mimi kuna venye iko hivi na hivi na hivi. It did nothing. Sisi kama audience side social media so likes watu wa kuona na kuview na kulike. Sisi like atuko hiyo moment. So when you guys decide to post, I think wase huwa like wanakuwa caught up in hiyo pressure ya when they see these couples that they're doing these things of YouTube cooking together, kuna watu na make deals of kupostiwa tu, but it doesn't guarantee just because it's working for the other person it will work for you guys. And just because a couple is being posted every now and then on the internet, it doesn't mean that the marriage also is working. Some of them they're just there for the paycheck.
True, but they
can't be seen separate, so they have to come together as partners. Business in kwanza ninawaleta at the table first before you start according to watoi, but before watoi is business. Because kuna endorsement, for example maybe kuna kampuni ya unga fulani wanafaa kupiga nini, kupiga promo hapo kaugali kamepikwa wasi wanakula kwa familia, you wouldn't want it to appear like ati ni wife amekama amepika mekana watoi hakuna mzee. There has to be a masculine guy, like a masculine frame there. Kuna mzee, kuna nini, and you understand this culture venye how we are raised.
That's our culture.
Wife amepika sembe hapo ni nini kidogo amekama amenawisha mzee mkono wanakudugali wana celebrate. I think that promo will sell.
But unajua even saying that, do you think like the corporate culture in our kwanza in our country right now, the corporate culture, do you think like it gives more to this idea of broken families than we realize? And let me elaborate kidogo on that. When we talk of corporate culture, it's the fact that vile umesema wanafanya promo ya ugali, and then it has to be a complete family.
Yeah.
You know, there is a dad, and sometimes they go to an extent of the extended family, where there is a grandfather, then there is a dad who is his son, then there is another small son who is the grandson.
Yeah.
You know, and then in the back end of the kitchen there are the ladies, and then there is other tutois there playing. You know, and then it gives like a kind of a perfect picture family, but is not also reflected in the actual society.
True.
Sindio?
Yeah.
So unapata msee kama saizi boys wetu atanyemwa corporate gigs kwa sababu he is not a part of a family unit, and whereas hata si shida yake. Ndio. Na the other party who is the cause of the breakage anaweza pewa hizo corporate gigs kwa sababu it seems like the politically correct thing to do, to hold the hands of the female gender, ndio ikaeni kama we are being a woke society. Ndio.
True.
So sometimes we also have to have adverts where the father is the only parent in the house kwa sababu that is in our society. Sometimes we have to have ads where the mother is the only person in the house as the provider and the guardian. Do you know why? Kwa sababu as much as we want to paint a certain picture to the society already knows, and it's bleeding, that this is not the actual way the society is. No. So people tend to stay together for illusions and vile umesema mchezo wa kuigiza. Juka mimi na wewe hatuwezi kaa chini to have a conversation unless money is the discussion of the day. Then we don't have any business even being in business together.
100%.
Sindio? But if you look at the corporate culture, you can see this dude ali grow from zero. Like, you know how it is hard to grow a career where the brand is you yourself. Because you have to figure out, this guy gave up so much shenanigans we see our fellow people of his level doing. Sindio? And he has built a brand where his kids and great grandkids can munch after. Juu yeye akitoka ataachia toys wake ataachia toys wake. Tunakula jina ya great granddad. Brand name vile unapatanga streets za Nairobi zimenemiwa certain guy. Who maybe, for example, if they were being paid just to have that name, the whole generation would still earn from that. No. But this now is broken by one person. Ndio nakwambia ile kitu imehappen, watu wanaichukulia like huyu amevunja huyu, but they do not see the rollout aftermath. Like the aftermath is so great, it may affect like 1,000 people out of the mistake of one person.
And you know about the aftermath, I was also thinking about, you know, even people that have not investigated to find out, maybe even this nail tech also has a wife.
Bro, she's an irrelevant person. Kwa hii conversation here ni irrelevant. Why ana jina? This is what I'm trying to tell you.
What if it's someone else's husband, man? In a hustle job.
Si ndio nilikwambia,
what
this
if
guy,
it happens that this the nail shop she was built for by a woman. Amemwandika job, manze job kulia hapa.
Yeah, but because all of us are assuming the business is his at this point. He might also be an employee.
Manze, I think there's a lot of also information we don't know about. Also, we need to dig to find information about that guy.
Yeah. But
maybe that guy
even apart from hata kitu yenye staki unakumbuka story ya Naipeng. When people went too deep, they gave it life that it was not supposed to have.
Yeah.
No. And to a point that it ended up being glorified as something that it was. Ilikuwa ni kitu inafaa kukuwa like, that is a caution tale, but it ended up being something else, like, okay, tunaweza fanya hivi, and then we get what we get at the end of the day. But sasa hii nayo tunafaa tuangalie how one person's decision can really affect a whole community. Nimekwambia hivi, huyu jamaa first ame lose pesa. Why? this chile is not going back there again. Na hiyo hata hiyo kukanyagana imeishia hapo.
Haiwezi ishia hapo.
Trust me. Unajua ni kwa nini? It is sweet sababu ni ya kuibiwa. No one knows.
Na sasa
but now when your picture is on the screens,
hapana.
Sasa hakuna pale wanakimbia kurudi ati sasa imejulikana ati sijui tufanye.
Sasa mahali pale wacha nikwambie pale hiyo ni assumption ba. Sasa pale unajua hakuna mwenye atakimbia kurudiana nyapo kwa Njugush. About the nail tech we don't know. Miss I don't know if
bro
the director would pige waka
director ana maoni.
Between the nail tech na Njugush. Nani anakakurudia kwa Wakavinye? Akona high probability.
Let me tell you why there is no high probability.
Bro. Sasa mwenye
unaona the sweetness ya kitu ilikuwa ni aje?
Sikia, hata
kwanza
wacha nikwambie unaona
address bwana director personally.
Cloud umewekea Njugush sijui nini memglorify memweka bro usikubali nini. Sasa yeye hata ndo kuna pressure ya society asirudi hapo because even them being seen together mapaparazi wataanza kuwapiga picha waanze kusema but you guys ni kama ile time fulani kuna ule celeb fulani sijui anamitanga nani na Felicity whatever the chani ni msahau a young guy walionekana na demi yake pili same stories and these people they have kids together they have to co-parent wasa wanaanza kufikiria washarudiana.
Unakumbuka ile story ya DJ fulani?
You see the nail tech when you mesema is irrelevant. Even me like in 2-3 months nitakuwa nimesahau sura yake. Njugush siwezi sahau. So even if I see that lady with the nail tech, the same way umesema ni irrelevant. Maybe I just think it's another guy. Maybe one of his cousins, brother, but maybe kumbe is the same guy.
So swali yangu ni moja. Do you think like being in the shoes of a man? I don't know for the ladies, but being in the shoes of a man, where do you think he should go back to this lady?
Who?
Njugush.
No.
Tuachane na the part that amechitiwa. Why don't you think as a man we should preserve the so-called family unit?
Yeah, so you should. Okay, me what I know about men with cheating is that what I understand is that, you know, especially if you are this person was your lady, and then, you know, for man you have this flashback, especially if you have the image of the man who cheated with, you know, for a woman to cheat with against you, like it has to be. Listen, emotions have to be involved. Women don't cheat. That's why men can cheat and go back to their women. For us, like tuko hivyo. Like mara ngapi umesikia for example ati chali dem mali ako nini ameleta chali juu sijui ati nini mimi wezi nifanye hivi dem chali anamwambia pana mimi nimekuambia by the way wache kusumbua bibi yangu. Women they are loyal to their wives. So for me if you ask me the hardest part inakuanga about men accepting that your lady amecheat, because wherever you have pictures of that guy and then unaanza kuimagine like, you know, how venye
ilitoka akarudisha
venye unamgusanga manze this other guy jo alikuwa na enjoy mali yako hiyo design, like alikuwa anaguza the other guy venye wana kuguzaga.
Kuna mtu alisema hakunanga uchungu mbaya, hakuna uchungu mbaya kaa kujua ilitoka akarudisha.
Usijue, that's why nasemaga mimi nasemaga if you decide to cheat, just make sure like you take it to the grave, don't hurt the other person, because this is how, for example, we have so many damaged men and women out here, and the thing you are talking about, traumas, you find other women who are damaged, they are bringing their traumas to their new guys who they have, and vice versa. Other men who are damaged, they tend to take all those trauma to the women that they have. Case in point that like in my years of life, zenye nimeishi, I've seen like so many men and women when you are dramatic, and most of the time unafinding drama is not that something that has come naturally. inakuwa ni trauma zenye wame experience their past relationships related to their current relationship. This is 100% factual. And hiyo story tunabonga hiyo ya when you decide to cheat, I'm not advocating for cheating, just to make sure that be a good cheater, ladies and yenye between you and whoever you're cheating with. And because when the other guy, especially I can speak for men, I don't want to speak for women, especially for a man when she knows dem yake amecheat, the worst part inakuanga, hebu imagine umejua mtu mwenye amecheat. Sasa mimi nikimagine mtu amecheat na mama ni huyu jamaa Thomas Shelby, so nikiangalia hizo Thomas Shelby na imagine manze mama alikuwa anamguza venye ona venye kitu ni painful. Hizo images was zinashinda ziki play on you psychologically, like that's why like itabidi hadi uende therapy just to find a way to get rid of them. So for example, for in this situation, me, I'm not saying that Njugush afai kurudia Wakavinye ama anafaa kumrudia. If anataka kumrudia, imagine me, I wouldn't judge. It's on him. If anaweza amua, you know, the kids involved here also. You guys are so mean because like story ati director asa ko so mean design ati jua ligongewa sirudi hapo. Man, they are kids who need their father.
But this is also, you know, now the other question I want to ask you, as a future father yourself, what happens the day your son comes na anakuuliza, mbona wewe vile mtu alilala na bibi yako ulimrudisha hapa ukijua, and then you are telling me as a man you should not do. Why were you not man enough?
Si mimi nirudisha bibi wangu, ni bibi wangu. Wewe ngojea wako, you live your life no wako. Mimi huyu wangu acha ni experiment.
No, because
I told you we are doing life for the first time.
See mambo na
kudu. There's a reason.
Because
there's a reason. Listen, there's a reason why I've accepted kumrudisha. Maybe the son
because
who's asking, them. Yeah, the son who's asking this question at you, because the internet did not forget. My son is coming to ask, mbona ulirudisha mama na after this scary dose? Wacha nitumia hata uncle alala na uncle fulani. They don't, at that time they wouldn't understand, because at how like it
that
could have been hard.
An entire family.
It could have been hard for them. Hao wanakuwa nashinda kulizanga mama yao na baba yako wapi. Kumbe baba ameenda kuanzisha familia nyingine ile side. I was doing this for them,
bro,
not even for me.
I don't think this them. Guy would have so the courage hata ya kuanzisha familia nyingine.
Nani?
Morio wetu. Sidani angekuwa hata.
Sometimes tunakuwa na assumptions nyingine. Hata tuseme tu like
acha nikwambie.
I wouldn't judge.
What do you think? Umebuild, do you know? Jamaa amebuild from scratch. I want you to understand that. Si ati ni platform. Unajua mtoi wake akikama taride na jina yake. Si ndio? Mtoto wa mtoi wake akikama taride na jina yake. So this is a guy who has had to build from scratch. Ame build brand. Ame maintain brand. Do you know how hard it is for a man? Let me ask you. Kutoka kitu around 2015, hapo ndipo mambo ya gengeton na nini ilianza. Nipe musician mmoja ame maintain brand yake out of the watu walianza hiyo gengeton. Ame maintain, alijenga from zero, aka maintain bila hizo zinaitwa aje? Hizo cloud kwa sijui ati flani, sijui amecheat on flani, because these are not stories we have heard of about this guy doing such things. In fact, he has been the first champion of families. Hata wakati alikuwa anapigwa na wa prophet prophet of doom ndivyo squeeze anaitwa. Alikuwa anapigwa na prophet of doom, akiambiwa this thing will come to bite you in the ass. Alisema this is my family, and whatever I'm doing it with the hopes that I'm doing it to better my family. If unaweza kumbuka, si ndio?
Yeah, very true.
So it's not like also he didn't have that, like unajua kila in the back of every man's mind there is always that fear. One day I might wake up and it's my day. No. Si ati yeye hakuwa na hiyo fear, but now so nataka kuniambia after amefika place yako saizi atatoka hapo aanze kuanzisha wapi tena? How do you trust after that? Because unajua this is someone who has seen you with nothing to something and then to plenty of somethings. Unajua sendo ashinda akiuliza okay, so what does mtu kama unaweza sema ni nini yani?
Akala kitu and which
except excitement.
The answer I think you answered when you started the pod, when you say do women need this too much freedom? This is where the answer comes from. Because nini hajapatia mama. Alimwa kila kitu like his celebrity status, the cars that they drive. You know, also like when build from chini manze. But it doesn't mean and this is one of the things. That's why, for example, me, I use their story as like it's a learning story. Hii story yenye unasikia tena sometimes ya kujengana, una understand? It doesn't guarantee that tumekula na wewe shida.
Ukifika top side sita kugonga niendelee.
It happens.
So in reality,
and this was a perfect example. Many people were reflecting using this one. Like, you know, if you are to check on celebrities, unasema, unajuanga hii akina nani? Hii akina Wakavinye hii nanga mambo mingi.
Imerelax.
Hii ndo imerelax. And also there was their previous friend also pia alifanywa the same thing.
Yeah, manze.
And they did the wedding hata ikukaa 1 year, and watu walikuwa natumianga kama hiyo kama like a reference. I would like my partner to be like this guy.
But morio wao nayo ilikuwa mbaya. Hiyo mpaka ni slap on the face. Sasa wewe anatoka kusema you are not man enough. But tuachane hata na hiyo. So after this, what do you think is the second steps for men especially in terms of relationship? Okay, nikuulize like what is the biggest lesson you would want men to take away from this story?
Yeah, the biggest for me, like as Lucheli, what I took from this story is that, man, like we are all doing life for the first time. Like me sijui kwa nini, me sijui kujudge wasi, because you know we are all niseme sinners in different measures. It's just that hawa sins because they are celebrity. Easy stories are, for example, kugongewa na kugongeana. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen in our society. These are things that happen. It's just that how iko magnified because they are celebrities.
But unajua wanasemanga okay, for me I think it takes shida yenye imetokea ni like people take them as an example of what a perfect marriage should be, which is also wrong. There is no any single human being should have all that pressure on their head to set the example of an entire community.
True.
But also this is where the question of social media and whatnot ilikuwa inakujia. When I asked you, so if this is the case, shouldn't we be also very cautious on what we put on social media? Whether it's for money, whether it's for consumption, entertainment, whatsoever it is for, we should be very cautious of painting a certain picture.
Yeah.
And then later on, people coming to find out that picture you are painting is not so perfect as you want us to think it is. We also know there are other marriages that are in the same limelight, but they are suffering in silence. They are like, hey, check it, you, let's chase the bag. You go your way this way, I go my way this way. But now, I also think that this situation, to some extent that as sisi we are supposed to like also mind our own business.
That's a big one.
Like the people have magnified it to so many lenses, and I think us being part of them also, kwa sababu both couples, huyu boys hajabash wife hajakam hajasema nini pengine unajua we also inaweza kuwa pengine it was also an agreement that then again ime come out so they can't say it was an agreement. You never know. so many things are happening behind the curtain, none of us know, and none of them are really willing to talk about
umesema labda kuna skit na kam.
No, inaweza kuwa kuna lifestyle diseases zingine zenye okay, I don't know, allegedly
zinaitwanga aja what is it, showbiz.
Yeah.
Wanakoga mimi hizo story sana. Unaweza sikia sijui ati kumbe ni movie walikuwa wanataka kutoa.
But if that is the case, they should be very ashamed kwa sababu it's not mostly about them, it's about their generation.
Yeah.
Cause watu hii hawajui kiki. They will take what they see as the gospel truth because they also look up to the people who are involved in whatever that is happening.
Yeah, true.
No. So as we finalize this, I have one segment I would like us to introduce. Inaitwa random thoughts. My random thought of the day is, how do you think humans learned about slavery? That is something that has been bobbing in my head.
Yeah, for me, I think slavery, for most of us Africans, we learned when our independence was taken away. You know, the freedom that you had, you could move and walk anywhere. And then you had these askaris that they came. And then on our restrict, on our ambia, hey, yo, you know, you cannot move this way. And then you had to work for them very hard. And in modern slavery, you find it now. For example, for me, I like to associate it with employment. Especially those people who stay in employment for a very long time. I think you are a slave to your own education system, which...
I think we're the last generation that are going to be affected by that. Because where Gen Z nasikia they are no nonsense employees.
Hizo stories joti unataka kuweka kwa employment kwa desk on their 9 to 5. I think wanna skip the matrix. So for me, I think even our form of education was bought on a structure 8 hours in school for 8 years. Like 8 hours, sahi una work 8 hours. And then unaenda 4 years in high school, still bado 8 hours in class kuanzia asubuhi hadi jioni, 8 hours, the same way, the same working hours that you're doing currently. So it's just a reflection that it shows that you attended loyal, you attended a certain school for 8 hours, 8 years. And then you graduated to another for 8 hours, 4 years, and then you did, let's say your degrees, whatever, 4 to 6 years for still 8 hours. So like unakuwa programmed. When unatoka hapo, that's why when you were growing up, they used to ask you, what do you want to become? And then you were so happy, say, me I want to be a doctor, me I want to be a teacher. So you just want to take through the system. The 8 hours, the 8-4-4, ukimaliza unaingia kwa system employment. And then unapata, that's why you could hear that kuna teachers who have taught for 60 years, 40 years, they're doctors 40 years. So, but I like how the Gen Z wanafikiria, people are being creative. People now are feeding from what they love doing than what was set and was chosen for them by their parents. For example, you know, your parents are the ones who push for you, like, hey, hapa medicine ndo kuna do. Hapa sisi tunataka umalize, mimi nataka mtoto wangu akue daktari. Hata you don't choose for yourself. Kwanza kuna wengine hata wazazi wanakuitanga daktari kwa class 7. Unashangaa mtu hata science apiti. Mshanga kumuita siangalie mtu anapitaga.
Inakuwa willing it into existence.
Mtu anapitaga CRI unaanza kusema huyu anafaa kwa daktari. Sasa yenyewe anakula Daudi.
Calm down man.
Peleka mtoi kama anapitanga CRI hata kumprepare kuingia theology. We make the next mongangas ama the good pastors.
When you say that, I reflect on the culture and where the Chinese people as a people where they came from. Nakumbuka from a land where it was full of drug addicts to the best manufacturing industry. Wacha tuite global industry in the rest of the world. And all this was because they didn't push their offsprings to doing certain things. They saw the inclination of unapenda mambo ya art na nini, enda ukareplicate akina Da Vinci huko na akina nani, go learn how they did their things, replicate their work, and let's sell this to the rest of the world. No. So hii segment hakuna mtu mwenye hata participate, hata bwana director, how do you think humans learned about slavery? Like, how tunasemanga nothing is new under the sun. Ndio you become a slaver. A slaver is a person who is enslaving other people. How do you think that idea popped into? Huyo ni mtu wa kwanza mgani yule alisema, na si ninaweza fanya mtu mwingine anifanyie kitu bila kutaka kwake nitumie force? Hapana, nataka maua. Usikani.
Acha bana.
Hiyo ilianza hivi. They deny you something. They offer you a job for you to get that. Wanakunyima food, wanakupea job ndio ununue chakula.
Ile sell from you. They create a problem and then they provide a solution.
Create a problem.
So, and with that, we are asking our followers to subscribe, like, comment, share. Also ask us questions, challenge us, criticize us. Sababu, this is all how we grow as a community and as a Wakilisha family. So that is it from us. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Adios.